I cut the check, I cut the check, I cut the check. Tell my niggas we up next, so we up next. She shot a text, she shot a text, she shot a text. Kill the I might put the different day, put a nigga on that same shit. I've been ballin' with my niggas, Kevin Cambridge. Oh, you drippy, but you better tuck your chain quick.
Alright, what's up, man? We back with another episode of Between the Lines, man. Football is back. I say it again, football is back. So amazing to wake up on Sunday and just know in a couple hours you're gonna watch some football the whole day. Really exciting day of football. We had the playoffs this weekend in the NBA. So it's been an exciting weekend, exciting past few weeks for our sports. Like the playoffs has been all I expected. Just really exciting because the bubble just gives that other aspect to the game. Like you can hear the players talk, and football the same way. Like that was something that I really liked yesterday. Like some of the players, most of the players in football, like mic'd up, so you get to hear everybody cussing. They'll try to bleep it out sometime, but you can hear everybody cussing. You'll hear all of them like just struggling while they blocking somebody or while they trying to get through somebody. You hear all the you hear all that stuff. So like that's the aspect to the game like you'll never hear because you got fans in the crowd, you got music and stuff. So I like how football did that. Like I like it's raw. It's like it's different. So we had some amazing games this week as far as football. So might as well get into it. Thursday we had the Chiefs versus the Texans. I've been wanting to say that like I'm not really a big fan of the Texans. Everybody thought this was going to be a big game. I knew it was going to be a blowout, even though the score was like 38-20 something. And that's not really a blowout. It was a blowout. Like the Chiefs, obviously, they scored 31 straight points. The Texans had 7. It was 7-0. And then the Chiefs went up 31-7. Then they basically just not gave up, but they was like, all right, take our foot off the gas. We don't got to kill this team too much. First game, basically a preseason game for us because we didn't have preseason. And they just demolished them. I'm not really a big fan of the Texans. Like, Texans don't really have another side of the ball. Their cornerbacks are not that good. Their D-line is not that good. J.J. Watt's getting old. He's still effective, but it's not the same as the old J.J. Watt. The offense looked kind of good, I can say, even though they really didn't score like that. Deshaun Watson, like I said, he has to get the ball out quicker, and he has to like make his decisions quicker. And like that's the next step for me to him because like he got everything else. He got the arm strength, he got the accuracy. He just got to get it out quicker because he gets sacked a lot. And he has the speed to get out the pocket. So I don't know why he always gets sacked, but I don't know why they traded DeAndre Hopkins. Like, now they don't have no number one wide receiver. Will Fuller, he's cool, but he's not a number one type wide receiver. Like, Brandon Cooks, he's okay, but he's not a number one wide receiver. So, it's weird that they traded a top 3 wide receiver in the whole league for Derek Johnson or Duke Johnson, something like that. David Johnson. And he's cool. He's a good running back. Like, he's one of the top running backs in the league, top 15, most definitely. But that was a dumb trade. I'm just gonna be honest. That was a dumb trade. Yeah, the Chiefs dominated. Patrick Mahomes did his thing. A couple sidearm throws to Travis Kelce. Just nothing new. And it was a lot of teams that looked good this weekend. A lot of teams. But to me, somebody's gonna have to prove to me how do you stop the Chiefs. For me to believe in any team, even my team, like my Saints, we look pretty good this week. I'm not gassing our performance because this Chiefs team looks impossible. I know the sun looks kind of weird. I don't know how to fix it, but that's what you're gonna get. But yeah, that Chiefs team, it just looks impossible to beat. That's why I'm not really gassing no other team because like, I don't understand how do you beat this team? How do you beat this team? I don't understand. The offense is just too overpowered to beat. The defense is matched up with the offense now. It's like it don't look possible to beat. So I'm not gassing no team. Ravens look good, Seahawks look good, Saints look good, but like, bro, the Chiefs are on a different level from a lot of teams. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Speaking of the Ravens, they blew the Browns out 38-6. Lamar did another MVP type game, 20 throws, 25 throws, 20 completions for 300 yards, a couple touchdowns, and it was slight for him. They defense that dominated the Browns. Baker Mayfield showed that he's still not there yet. Browns team just overrated. I don't know what. People still see them as a team that's going to be good. They're going to be trash again this year. I don't see nothing from them. They're going to be trash. Baker Mayfield came out and said, you can't really judge us off of our first game. Well, I'm doing exactly that, Baker. Yeah, y'all look trash. It was terrible. It's terrible. Seahawks versus the Falcons. This was actually a good game, even though it ended out with like the Seahawks winning by double digits. It was a good game. First I want to say, Falcons, y'all new jerseys are fire. Them all black jerseys are fire. But Todd Gurley actually looked like he got some pep in his step. Like last year, it didn't look like the MVP Todd Gurley we had a year before that. So it looked like he's back to where he want to be at now, healthy. So I'm happy for him. Julio Jones had a good game. Matt Ryan had a decent game. It was just the Seattle Seahawks is too much to handle. Russell Wilson is my pick for the MVP this year, and I think he's going to get it. Had another great game. DK Metcalf had a great game. Chris Carson had 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. That's another great team. Like, to me, that's the 3rd best team in football. I want to say my Saints is the 2nd best. But I think either the Baltimore Ravens or the Seattle Seahawks is the 3rd best team in football. That was a really good game. We had the Colts versus the Jaguars. Everybody was talking about, the Jaguars, they about to tank so they can get Trevor Lawrence. But I've been saying this for a long time. Gardner Minshew has a lot of potential, and he showed it yesterday. Even though a lot of the passes, duck and dodge passes, short passes, it was smart passes, and it was passes that were on the money. He only missed 1 pass the whole day with 3 touchdowns. And they won the game. So, great game from him. Phillip Rivers threw the ball 46 times, only had 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Like, common Phillip Rivers game. I don't know why they signed him to that much money when I just would have kept going with Jacoby Brissett. He was doing good until he got hurt last year. So I don't know why they automatically moved him to the bench while he's also younger than Phillip Rivers, who's almost 40. So I don't understand that. But yeah, that Jaguars team's fun to watch, and it was cool because they had fans in their stadium. Some teams have fans in their stadium, and I did not know that they were allowing that for some teams to have fans in the stadium. So that was pretty cool. Saints versus Tampa Bay. We beat them. I already knew that was gonna happen. I don't want to say it, but I've been catching these vibes since like they got Tom Brady. I think this is going to be another Browns situation where Browns got Jarvis Landry, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, OBJ, Baker Mayfield, and everybody be like, oh, it's championship. They're going to the championship. They didn't even make the playoffs. I'm not saying Tampa Bay's not going to make the playoffs. I see them going like 9-7, but like this team's not all that to me. It's not. Defense is cool. Front 7 is cool. They got Levante David. What's number 45? Something Jones. Like, I don't know his first name. That's why it's just something. But like they got a cool defense. This cornerback's not that good. I'm surprised we didn't torch him. Like Michael Thomas had a bad game, but he got hurt in the 3rd quarter, so I hope he's good. But we was killing them. It was third scoring going into the 4th quarter. It was like 34-14, so we were killing them. Drew Brees is accurate as he can be, breaking records again. Most passing attempts of all time. Just something Drew Brees does. Breaks all records. Tom Brady had a little decent game. I was excited for him when he got that touchdown. The first touchdown he got in the Tampa Bay uniform was a running touchdown. I was excited for him because I like his energy. I like Tom Brady. I'm not a Tom Brady fan, but I respect the hell out of Tom Brady. So it was cool to see his energy after that. He spiked the ball. He was all happy. It was really cool. But Rob Gronkowski wasn't really a big factor in the game at all. Alvin Kamara had 2 touchdowns. Like that was another game I seen coming from a long run. We had, I'm not even gonna say Panthers versus Raiders. I viewed it as Josh Jacobs versus Christian McCaffrey. It was a really good game against top young running backs. Josh Jacobs came out with the win, or should I say the Raiders? Josh Jacobs had 157 yards, 3 touchdowns to Christian McCaffrey, who had like 90-something yards with 2 touchdowns. So Josh Jacobs basically got the dub. So it was a good matchup. I'm really a fan of Josh Jacobs and Christian McCaffrey. But like you already know, Christian McCaffrey top 1 or 2. If you whoever you want, him or Saquon. That's everybody's top 2. It should be. So it don't matter with that. So, but I never get to really watch the Raiders, and the fact that I got to see Josh Jacobs play for the first time, that dude's a monster. That dude's his cuts are so quick. Cuts so quick. He can run you over. He's fast. He can run routes, and he's here. He's amazing. He's so elusive. And I like what Derek Carr did. Derek Carr had a little good game yesterday, trying to get that MVP. I see him trying to do it. So, Raiders look pretty good. Carolina looked pretty good. Teddy Bridgewater looked pretty good. Other games that happened was Eagles versus the Washington team. Bro, Eagles, what's up, bro? Y'all were up 17-0 and let Washington come back. Dwayne Haskins, you had a okay game. Okay. I was just watching some of his passes. I'm like, yo, dude, who are you throwing the ball to, my nigga? Like, who are you throwing the ball to? And it was just terrible. Chase Young had his first sack. It was really cool. That defense was on Carson Wentz's butt, though. He got sacked 7 times. That line still does not block for Carson Wentz. He was getting sacked all day. But, like I said, Dwayne Haskins, he had a decent game. Even though he led the team to a comeback. So I'll give him that. I heard a story that their coach, Ron Rivera, he has cancer. So he has to get, like, treatments every halftime. So Dwayne Haskins stood up and did, like, a little halftime speech. So I like that. He's trying to take leadership. Like, he's a kid or a dude that didn't really get playing time last year. So this year he comes in. He's starting quarterback. He's the captain of the team. So, hey, he's working hard for us. So I respect him for that. Respect him a lot for that. I'm rooting for him because, like, last season, he got drafted to a team, like, the head coach at that time, I want to say Jay Gruden, he didn't even want him. So he wouldn't play him over people like Colt McCoy, Case and Keenum. When this is a first-round pick, you're not trying to play him. So I'm happy that he's finally getting the opportunity, which he wasn't given last season. But I want to make sure I cover all these games. Oh, last game that I remember, Bengals versus the Chargers. Really low scoring game. Actually, a defensive game. The quarterbacks are trying to get back, like trying to get into flow of things. Like Tyrod Taylor hasn't really played a real NFL game in a long time. He's been a bench player for 2 years. Before that, he was a Pro Bowl player. So he's getting back into the flow of things. He had a really decent game. Had a touchdown. Joe Burrow, my first time ever watching him, rookie from LSU. I just like how cool he is. Like, he's all cool in the pocket. He doesn't tend to rush things. Like, he looks like a veteran to me. Like, he doesn't get panicked when pressure comes. He knows how to get out of the pocket. He's actually pretty fast. Like, you seen they had a design run play for him where he scored his first touchdown. So, like, he's gonna be really good. Like AJ Green even said it, like, he doesn't fold under pressure. He led the team in the 2-minute drill. He led the team down the field. Unfortunately, their kicker missed the field goal, so they lost. But, like, the fact that you was able to lead your team to get into a winning situation in your first game, like, shows how cool and calm and collected you are. You don't want to panic. You already know. Like, you've been through this before. Like, I like how he is. He's real cool with it. So, I can't wait to see how his trajectory go in his career. But I think that's all the games we got. We got Denver versus the Titans. Denver Broncos versus Titans tonight. And then we got the Steelers versus the... Who the Steelers play? My fault. Steelers play they play New York. Damn, I knew that too. Steelers play New York, so I want to watch Daniel Jones. I really want to watch him, see how he improve. See Saquon, because I don't really get to see Saquon a lot. See if Ben Roethlisberger comes back more skinnier, more elusive. If Juju Smith-Schuster can finally show that he's worth getting that max contract for a wide receiver. Because the season before that, he was a top wide receiver, MVP of the Steelers. Like, they named him the MVP of the team. And he's the reason why AB basically left. Him and Ben Roethlisberger. Because he was mad. Antonio Brown was mad that he felt like he didn't get no recognition. But obviously that year, Juju had a better year. So everybody thought Juju was gonna have a great year last year, and he had a mediocre year. So hopefully he can go back to being a star wide receiver in the league. But that's enough of football, man. I'm just happy that football is back. Like I said, my early pick for MVP is Russell Wilson, and my early pick for Super Bowl champions is the Chiefs. I don't see nobody beating the Chiefs no time soon, at all. But into basketball, I'll talk about that last. I'm gonna start with the Lakers versus the Rockets. Playoff LeBron is finally here. That man bullied the Rockets the whole season. Not even the Rockets. He bullied Westbrook. He blocked Westbrook's shot at least 2 or 3 times each game. Bullied Westbrook. Bullied the whole team. Like the last game, you could see like he just had an ego about him. Like the way he was walking, like he just knew he was like, all right, I'm big dog. Like y'all look up to me. And it was fun to watch, but it was pissing me off. I'm like, all right, Bron, calm down, bro, calm down. Like, he went in for a layup and got fouled, and the ball just flew in the air. So Austin Rivers went to smack it, and it hit LeBron in the head. I ain't never seen somebody move that fast. LeBron turned around hella fast with his hands clenched up. I said, oh shoot. I said, oh, you coming with that type of energy, LeBron? It just something about him. It just seemed different. Like he's like, it's nothing gonna stop him. That's what I'm saying. Playoff LeBron is here. Like he just has that look in him. And then you see certain screenshots of him, he just look real angry, real mad. And it's not because he's losing or because of the team. It's just like mindset's different. Like maybe he got that mama mentality in him. Not like he's out to kill. LeBron is out to kill. We got our bench finally hooping. Alex Caruso is hooping. We have playoff Rondo. If you don't know who that is, Rondo plays like trash in regular season, steps his game up in the postseason, and it's an amazing sight. Plays elite defense in the postseason. Playmaker, like I said, when we first got into the bubble, what did I say? I said I hate that the Lakers are playing iso ball, and the main reason because of that is because Rondo wasn't there. So when LeBron goes to the bench, we have no playmaker. Well, now when LeBron goes to the bench, he can stay on the bench for like 10 minutes because we got a playmaker, but now he's in playoff form. So it's even better. So it's just like, yeah, we look unstoppable. AD's doing his thing, but like you don't even realize it because we got playoff LeBron and playoff Rondo. So it's crazy. It's real crazy. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Danny Green, they finally getting their 3-point shots down. So like I said, it don't look like nothing's gonna be able to stop us. Markieff Morris is hooping. JaVale McGee not even playing that much. Dwight not even playing that much. But like we don't even need them. Taylor Horn Tucker's hooping. And I'm just so happy that we got Frank Vogel as a coach because you can see that he got our team playing elite defense all around. So, like I said, I don't think it's a team that can stop us. But, and we got to look at them boys in the 305, the Miami boys. Them boys are scary as hell. Them boys are scary to play. I'm going to talk about them, actually not right now, but like in a couple minutes. So let's go with the Celtics and the Raptors series. Game 6 was amazing. One of the best games I've ever watched. Amazing. Went into double overtime. You had 8 players play over 50 minutes. I don't think I've ever seen a game where a player had to play over 50 minutes. That is a lot. A lot. That's a lot. But yeah, who signed in that game? Norman Powell. He signed in that game. Had the game-winning steal on Jason Tatum. A game-winning and one, a very clutch 3. Played really good D on Kemba Walker. Like he had a really good game. And of course, Kyle Lowry had a great game. He hit the game winner, and then he hit the game tire for like, and I think it was in the overtime, the first overtime. So he had a really good game. Pascal Siakam, he had a terrible series. I'm just gonna be honest, he had a terrible series. But that game, he played really good defense. Played really good defense on Jason Tatum. Like really interrupted him. And not got under his skin, but like played really good defense on him. In the overtimes, OG Anunoby he was running center, getting rebounds, playing bigger than he should be playing. Like he plays like a center. Then he hit that one clutch 3 after he missed the rotation. He tried to help Kyle Lowry on Jason Tatum and Daniel Tice cut. and he let up a wide open dunk. But then he came right back down and hit a very clutch three. So I was happy that he hit that shot because I really didn't want that game to end. It was an exciting game. I didn't care who won. I just didn't want it to end. Kemba Walker, he had a terrible last few games. I'm gonna be honest. Jaylen Brown did his thing, had 39 points, I think, or 36 points. So that was a really good game. Toronto came out on top with a game-winning shot by Kyle Lowry. Then Game 7, Kyle Lowry really wasn't nowhere to be found. He had like 16 points. He had 2 fouls going into the fourth quarter and fouled out. So you got 4 more fouls in the fourth quarter, and you fouled out hecka early too. He fouled out real early. But the Raptors just didn't look good at all that game. Norman Powell, I was hoping that he had another big game to save them. He didn't have a good game at all. Serge Ibaka had a good game, but I don't know why they didn't play him at the end of the game. I don't know why. Fred VanVleet was the only reason why they were really there. He had 22 points. Pascal had another mediocre game, only had 10 points. And then I was like, yo, the game was tied, I think. No, they were down by 3. They needed a 3. And Fred VanVleet shoots a 3 right in the defender's face. They didn't even run a play. I'm like, yo, first of all, you got Matt Thomas on the bench. One of the best three-point shooters in the league. You got Serge, who was hitting that night. You got Fred VanVleet, who was hitting that night. Draw the play up, Nick Nurse. You're one of the best coaches in the league. Draw the play up. I don't know if he was like, all right, I'm just gonna let my players play. But yo, this is Game 7. You got to come up with something. You got to come up with something. Cause you lose, you go home, and they went home. And the shot that they got was terrible. They got a contested 3 that Fred VanVleet just blew, hit the backboard. Grant Williams took amazing defense after he missed them 2 free throws. And it was kind of disappointing to see that. I didn't want that game to end either. I wanted the Raptors to win. I wanted the Raptors to go on and play the Heat because I feel like that would be a really good grit and grind series. There's a lot of bodies on the floor, just all hard. Like, it would have been fun to watch. But this next series, we got Celtics versus Heat. It's going to be a great series. Oh, a person I want to talk about is Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is a very good player. I think I said this on this podcast, but I always thought this. He can be a starting point guard, but he just chooses not to. Marcus Smart can easily ask for a trade to get out of there, but he knows it's more about winning. Like, he's a winner. Just effort. Can guard 1 through 5. Don't get it twisted. He's 6'3", can guard 1 through 5 at an elite level. Gives the effort, chases the loose balls. That sounded weird when I first said it. He chases the loose balls. He dives all over the place for the loose balls. He'll guard your best player. He'll hit the clutch shots. Even if he's not shooting good, he has the confidence to hit the shots. He'll stick up for his teammates. Like, he's the perfect player, and he can play the starting point guard position because he can make. He's a really good playmaker. Like a lot of people said, this team runs really well when he's a point guard. And I was starting to see that. Like, his playmaking is really good. And somebody brought this up. It was like, what? Tell me the difference. I mean, tell me why Ben Simmons is better than Marcus Smart. Then they named some points. Marcus Smart is a better shooter, a better defender. That's debatable. A better team player. That's true. What was it? It was other things. Hold on. I'm not cutting this out. I might cut it out because now it's taking long. Better shooter, better defender, better scorer. Here it is. Playmaking, I would get at the Simmons, but they say he's a better Simmons. But Simmons just, like, when you can't shoot, it just hurts the whole team. Like, Marcus Smart on that Sixers team would have been amazing because he can spread the floor. He's better offensively. That's a debate because in the paint, I mean, on fast break, Ben Simmons is elite. Like I said, I'm a big Ben Simmons fan, so I'm still thinking about this question, but it's a question that should be thought about. Because I look at Ben Simmons as a top 20 player or top 25 player, but then when I look at this, I'm like, yo, Marcus Smart is like, when you compare them to, like, I can understand what you're talking about. I can understand it. So I don't know. That's a debate that we might have to have one day. I might have to talk to somebody about that, because like when you look at it, like, nah, Ben Simmons is an all-star, but like, shoot, Marcus Smart got all-star, not potential or talent, but all-star production. Like, he'll do anything for the team, and he's a winner. He's a winner. You have all-star production, you're a winner. So I just wanted to give him his praise. A really good player that can start at point guard on a lot of teams. Like the Lakers, we would love him. We would love Marcus Smart. Play defense to guard them guards that we struggle guarding. Guard the guards. Can shoot, spot up shooter. I already said play defense. Playmate. Like, we would love him. Doesn't care about how many minutes he plays. Like, we would love him. Doesn't want to start. We would love Marcus Smart. I would love Marcus Smart. But a lot of teams would love Marcus Smart, man. Marcus Smart, I think he already got his money. I want to say he did. If he didn't, he going to get a lot of damn money. But I think he got his money. Let me see. What's up with my Wi-Fi? He got his money. Yeah, he got his money. But if he was a free agent this year, that dude would get like 20 million. 20 million. Easily. Because that impact, you can't match that impact. You can't match it. It's only a couple players that play like him. Draymond. That's it. That's really it. But, any other thing I gotta... the Nuggets. Nuggets versus Clippers. How did I forget about this? So, last time we talked, Nuggets were down 3-1. Well, now they're going into Game 7. And it's just crazy. This is the second series in a row they did this. I didn't think this was going to happen. I thought each game after the 3-1 that the Clippers was going to dominate, which they had been doing, but the Nuggets come back in that third quarter, and the Clippers got no answer for it. The Clippers really got no answer for Jokic. It's just, they have nobody to guard him. You could put Zubac on him, but he's too quick for Zubac, too skilled for Zubac. You can't put Montrezl Harrell on him, because even though Montrezl Harrell is strong, Jokic is 7'2", and he's bodying Montrezl Harrell. And he's also quicker and more skillful for him, and he's way taller. Montrezl is 6'9", like I said. Jokic is 7'1", 7'2". So, they just got nobody to guard him. And then, it's the difference. The Nuggets bench players, they won it. They playing hard. Or they not so much as bench players. They're role players. Michael Porter, Monte Morris, Jeremy Grant, Torrey Craig, Paul Millsap. Like, they won it. Then you look on the other side, you got Landry Shamet, Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell, JaMychal Green. Like, they're all playing terrible on the Clippers. So you just got Kawhi and PG doing everything. And they not really doing that much. Kawhi's having, like, not inconsistent, but you'll see games where he'll have his 20-something, 30-something, but he's shooting 13 for 30 or 13 for 25. Both of them, Kawhi and PG. And that's not them. That's PG. Yeah, PG does do that. But Kawhi, his stat line usually be like 19 for 26, like really good efficiency. But not this series. Like, they both looking pretty bad. And I'm not gonna be the one of those players that be like, one of those people that's going to be like, Kawhi's not letting them lose Game 7. I would say that, but Kawhi hasn't been looking like last year's playoff Kawhi, or even this year's regular season Kawhi. PG stepped up his game, I give him that, but what also is that they're missing is Lou Williams is not averaging 20 points no more. Montrezl Harrell is not even playing 25 to 30 minutes no more. I don't know why Doc Rivers not playing him. So he's obviously not averaging his 20s. Patrick Beverly, he's stopping Jamal Murray. I'll give him that. Like, he's playing really good defense on Jamal Murray. But other than that, that's all you're going to get. That's all you're going to get for Pat Bev. And that's one of my favorite players, but I'm going to be honest with you. That's it. He's either going to stop you and do nothing, which most of the time he does, or he just does nothing at all. Like, he'll guard Damian Lillard and get torched and also do nothing on the offensive side. So, this Clippers team, like, I don't know if they can beat this Nuggets team. Like, this Nuggets team has all the momentum. All their players are playing. And, like, you see, they just play harder when they down. Maybe they should just go down in every series. They probably win. Because they just look like they're not going home. They don't want to lose. They don't want to lose. And if they was to beat this Clippers team, that would be an exciting Western Conference Finals. But Kawhi would get heck of hate. Paul George would get a lot of hate. Doc Rivers would get a lot of hate. Doc Rivers probably get fired. I'm not going to lie. He probably get fired. Steve Ballmer, he don't play. He made all his trades. He traded Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Danilo Gallinari, and heck of first round picks. And y'all don't win the championship. Not even that. Y'all don't even get to the Western Conference Finals. He might fire Doc Rivers. He might fire Doc Rivers because he don't play. He just want to win. He want to win. So if this Clippers team lose, they're gonna get a lot of hate. They're gonna get a lot of hate. And then people gonna be mad because it's been since the beginning of the season. What are the most watched games? Always Lakers versus Clippers. People want to see this in the Western Conference Finals. They've been talking about this the whole year. So if the Clippers sell and don't make the conference finals, bro, they would get so much hate. They would get so much hate. So much hate. But to me, I'd be happy because we most likely to beat this Nuggets team. But that would be a fun series to watch too. See Jokic go against AD. And then somebody said this. Somebody said, if you put AD on the Nuggets would have went home when they were down 3-1. And I was like, yo, I can't even argue that. Because in the playoffs, this Jokic is MVP. Like, in the playoffs, he's one of those players that steps his game up in the playoffs. Like, he might get that playoff Jokic title because he steps it up in the playoffs. And what AD is, it's like he steps it up, but like he gets his. That's what he does. He gets his. Jokic spreads the wealth. He gets his along with getting those 10 to 12 game assists. I mean games where he gets 10 assists or 12 assists. Like, there's difference between them two. So I don't know. I got the Clippers winning this, but I don't know. I don't feel like Lou Williams is gonna go out and score 8 points like he did last game. I will hope that Doc will play Montrezl Harrell more than 15 minutes. I'm only saying this because of the experience. The Clippers got more experience. But like I said, I don't know. Because Denver look amazing. My boy MPJ is hooping. He's hooping. Let's not get it twisted. He's hooping. I don't think I talked about this in my last podcast. So he said, after game 4, he said, we need to find something else to do because they know what we're doing. We're just giving the ball to Jamal Murray and Jokic, and they know that, and they that's why we getting stopped all the time. And he got a lot of hate from that. And I'm saying they only hating because he's a rookie. But yo, that's a valid point. Like, at that point, they knew what he was doing. They did. I mean, they knew what the team was doing. They were just trying to run the game through Jokic and Jamal Murray. And at that time, Jamal Murray was getting clamped. Jokic was doing his thing, but like that's it. And it was no way they was winning like that. And looks what happened in the game after that. Michael Porter Jr. is in that late game. He hits the game-winning 3. He does the game-saving block. Game-winning free throws, game-winning defense on Zubac. Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, he can be that third star for this team. So they better not get him mad, because he can definitely be that third star for this team. I've been saying it for a long time. Once MPJ gets his stuff together, when he learns, like, all right, this could be the team for, like, he can be that piece for them to take them apart. Take them all, because he has scoring, he has defense potential, and you can see that, like, he's locked down on defense now. That's another thing I'm really happy for him about. Like, he's locked down on defense, and he just has that offense potential to take them over the hump. So they better not get him mad for when he asked for a trade. If he asked for a trade, they be sick of that happening, because that's losing out on, to me, arguably top 10 players that's under 25. He's top 10, arguably. And at this moment, you might not say that, but potential-wise, it's sky's the limit for him. That's why I would put him in top 10. But I don't know, man. I don't know who's gonna win the series. I would hope the Clippers would do it for the matchup for us versus the Lakers. But the way we look, I say we will blow them out the fucking water. All right, my fault. I say we will blow them out the water. We will blow them out the water. And I don't think we can blow this Nuggets team out. So I just want to see good basketball. So I don't really care. But the last thing I want to get into is Giannis, man. He had a lunch date with the GM of the Bucks. Basically just talking about his future, and like the main thing about it is he told the GM to be creative with the roster, and I like that from him. Like, just take it into your hands. Like, bro, you're the best player of the team. You don't want to leave Milwaukee. All right, so tell the team you gotta change something, or I'm gonna leave, because it's obviously not gonna work with this team. Hopefully they trade Eric Bledsoe. I've seen something where if you try to trade Eric Bledsoe for Chris Paul, you would have to give up a lot. You would have to give up George Hill, Ersan Ilyasova, Dante DiVincenzo, and Eric Bledsoe, and a pick probably. And like when I look at that, I'm like, nah, I wouldn't do that. That's a lot. You could probably get something else for that. And I don't know if I would do that, cause that hurts to death. Cause now they're gonna have to go and get something in free agency, but it might be hard cause Chris Paul getting paid freaking $40 million. Brook Lopez getting paid 11, Giannis getting paid 27, Chris Middleton getting paid 30 something. Like that's a lot of money right there, and you might have to go over luxury tax to get somebody at least decent in the free agency. So I don't know if I would do that, but like just find a creator. Like you can keep this team, you can bring this team back, but bring a Jordan Clarkson back, a person that can get buckets and that's a consistent bucket getter off the bench. Bring him. Or get like a Evan Fournier for cheap. Just somebody that can create their own bucket. Because sometimes Chris Middleton can be inconsistent. Eric Bledsoe is inconsistent. Dante DiVincenzo, he's not a scorer. He's more of a shooter. Pat Connaughton is more of a defender / shooter. So like get somebody that can get buckets off the bench when Chris Middleton and Giannis are not scoring, or if they're on the bench. Like get somebody else. And I feel like those two players are perfect for this team. Trying to think of a point guard that's a free agent. Trey Burke would be a perfect person for this team. Like, get somebody that can make their own bucket, that can get their own bucket off this bench, and y'all be good. Like, you don't have to trade for Chris Paul. So, hopefully they can do that. Hopefully, they're supposed to have another meeting after Giannis gets off vacation. So, hopefully, the GM can find some way to get him some help. It would be crazy if, like, flat out of nowhere, he just trade Chris Middleton. Like, I want to see him mix this team. I want to see the GM mix the team up. So when you just start trading everybody, trying to get Giannis that superstar, like trying to get Giannis that Bradley Beal, now that would be wild. Because Bradley Beal is not inconsistent at all. But man, that's it for today's episode. I think, like, hearing myself talk, I think I was all over the place, and like I'm starting to come to the fact that like doing a podcast by yourself is hard to stay on one topic because there's so much stuff going through your head that you have to think about for your podcast. So just bear with me with that. But I think I'm getting better at this. I'll probably be back for... Is there something big happening this week? I don't know. I'll be back Thursday though. I'm gonna try to do 2 podcasts a week now. I'm gonna try to. I've been going out a lot. My friends, I'm gonna try to slow down on that and try to do 2 podcasts a week. But